ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure wave review on the Marvel Legends Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness Rintrah Build-A-Figure waves. Doctor Strange, we have Wong, America Chavez, Mordo, we have our Astral Doctor Strange, Despair, and Sleepwalker. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And while you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. So this wave has been out for a while. I have had this wave for a while. So you can see we have nice images on the side of the packaging over here, which I think is kind of neat to see. So I always appreciate that, and similar on the opposite side. And then on the back, you can see all the figures from the wave, and then you could also see a read it for Doctor Strange. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There it is for Wong. If you want to read it, pause it now. There it is for America Chavez. There it is for Mordo. There it is for Astral Form Doctor Strange. There it is for Despair. And there's the read-up over there for Sleepwalker. All right, let's get to it and crack these things open. And here's all the figures out of the packaging, and they look pretty sweet so far, even though I do have several complaints. But let's go through each of these one by one as we look at their accessories as well. So as soon as this figure dropped, I heard a lot of complaints about the body mold choice for this figure, and I can understand that. I think of a tall, lanky Sleepwalker or a bulky Sleepwalker, but the body mold they chose for this is anything but. It's very average. But this head sculpt looks good, and I like how the hood looks right over here. So you're going to get some gappage with the cape, but I'm okay with that because you get the articulation. I really do like how the face came out. Nice details, subtle color variation with the green, especially under the eyes. Again, the Bucky cap mold, just not the ideal choice for this figure. On top of that, I have a right arm that's a little bit longer than the left arm, so that throws me off. But I do like these wrap pieces that you can see throughout on the figure that they've added, you know, so that's pretty cool to see that. But again, just wish they went with a, I don't know, maybe if it was like the Omega Red body, I'm not sure which body mold would have been very best, or maybe a whole different one, but I like how the wraps look right over there. You get peg holes at the bottom of the feet, nice looking cape. I think this is the same one that came with the Hobgoblin figure. And then you get a set of relaxed hands, as you can see right over here, and then you have a set of fisted hands, and it comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, and that's it. We're familiar with this body mold, but I still wanted to show off that you can get Sleepwalker to look up that far, and he will look down that much. You get side-to-side motion and a little bit of head tilting, and we do get calf rotation. So I admit I don't know much about Despair, but man, I think he looks really, really cool, and holy crap, this head sculpt looks awesome. I really like how those weird gooey teeth came out, nice sculpt for the face and everything. Really like the red paint over there. You do have to pop the head off to attach the cape, so keep that in mind when you first get the figure. But yeah, this is the Sunfire body mold. Once again, we've seen it many times. They have new paint added over here, no new sculpting on the body at all, so just the new paint. And then you can see we have this new cape, which looks absolutely fantastic. I'm very pleased with this. Looks really cool, all tattered, and it has peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Oh yeah, and Despair just comes with this set of wide open hands that you can see right here, and the set of fisted hands along with the Build-A-Figure piece. Nothing new as far as articulation with this Sunfire body mold, but with this new head sculpt, you can get Despair to look up that much and down and turn side to side, and a little bit of head wobbling right there. And all the hands hinge up and down, just like the Sleepwalker. So this new Astral Form Doctor Strange figure was one that I was not looking forward to. It's the same exact sculpt that we'd seen from the last Doctor Strange from the No Way Home wave, and I just didn't really feel a need to get a new Astral Form Doctor Strange figure in my collection. But after actually opening it, I gotta say I really like this. I like how they're able to keep different colors while maintaining this whole translucent effect throughout the whole figure. Really like how the Eye of Agamotto came out right there. That looks really awesome. Kind of hard for me to say, but you can see that the strap right over here. The necklace, anyway, is all translucent plastic. I think that's really neat, and you can see really quick compared to the last version. While I still think this looks kind of cool, oh man, I like this. This is just really neat how they have a different color for the flesh tone right there, you know, and the arms have their own color blue and everything. Little touches of gold right there for the sling rings. I just really like the detail as far as the color variation goes on this figure, and plus I think this might be my favorite Doctor Strange movie figure. I'll let you know if this new figure is the better one in my opinion or not. But yeah, boots look really cool and everything, man. I like this. It just does not come with a cape. That's the only other thing. As far as accessories though, it does come with a Build-A-Figure piece, and you get the wide open hands, and then you get item holding hands too, but he has no items to hold. Articulation for this Doctor Strange figure is the same as the No Way Home version, so if you want to check out that articulation segment, click at the card over there. So when I first saw images of the Mordo figure, I didn't like the head sculpt. I wasn't happy with it. I thought the eyes looked too peeled, and I have to say, once I have it in hand, I actually like it a lot. I think this is a very good looking head sculpt. I like the scar on the forehead. Eyebrows look really good, and comparing it to the first version of Mordo, you can see this one right here, you know, just looks a little bit more generic, I think. This one just looks a whole lot better. Really like how the hair was sculpted right over here. This looks fantastic, man. Very pleased with this. And I'm really pleased with how the body came out, or the rest of the figure came out anyway. Nice robe over here, so it doesn't really get in the way. You have the skirt piece split right here on the sides, so you get the good articulation for the lower half. You get these touched up parts right here that they've added, little pieces of plastic added to the figure, which I guess could have been a little bit more of a vibrant gold color. Kind of has a translucent yellow kind of look to it, but I guess that's my biggest gripe with it. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool because it still has some sculpted detail in there. You can see we get some nice texturing right over here with the wrinkles and everything. I really do like how this came out. I'm surprised by it. Nice color variation right over there too with this little piece. So yeah, man, you can see the sling ring right over there, and then the wrinkles for the legs look really good. You get this nice gold trim right here on the front. Nice looking boots. Yeah, man, whole new figure over here. It looks awesome. I really like it. I guess another little detail is that the feet do look a little flat to me. I feel like there should be some soles in these boots, but hey, still looks really cool to me. I like it. And then I like the accessories as well. So he does come with an even set of fisted hands, but you also get a set of weapon holding hands, and you also get a set of wide open hands right here as well. And as far as weapons go, he comes with the crossbow right here, which looks really good. I don't remember seeing this crossbow with any other figure before, so I'm happy with that. When you get him holding it though, you can't get the fingers wrapped around this piece right here. It's just going to go around the actual handle part of the accessory instead of going all the way around right over there, which bugs me a little bit, but not that much. Then you also get the Wand of Watum. Oh, I'm assuming it's the Wand of Watum. I don't really know, but it could be, right? And it's a little tricky getting him to hold this. It can slip out of the hand. Oh, it's holding just fine. Never mind. Now, worth mentioning that this right hand, I feel like we've seen a lot of times before, but for the left wide open hand, this looks new. Looks a little different, and I like it. So we do have a brand new mold for Mordo over here with all that hair restricting the articulation and him having the dumbbell joint. You can only look up that far. You can't look down that much. You get side-to-side motion, and you get head tilting. Turning side to side this way is a little tricky, but yeah, it's there. No butterfly joints. It's just kind of shifting around in there, but you can move the shoulder all the way outward, all the way down, rotate a full 360. No bicep swivel. We have a single jointed elbow that does bend in more than 90 degrees, and it rotates side to side. All the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. We have a waist cut right there that turns side to side. You get waist pivot, waist crunch forward, waist back, and then you have hips that move outward very far. And I felt like maybe there's a separate joint down here underneath the belt, and no, it's just that one waist cut. Yeah, so it's just the one waist cut. But yeah, hips move outward very far. You will kick forward that much. Back, upper thigh cut, great double jointed knees, boot rotation, ankles move down, they move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. So it looks like Hasbro pulled the likeness for America Chavez from this image right here, and I guess it looks like the actress from this image right here, so they didn't do a bad job, I guess. Not a bad looking head sculpt. She has the smirk right over there. I'm not that interested in the America Chavez character because I'm not a huge fan of her power set. It kind of confuses me a little bit. Like, she's got super everything, and then she could punch like portal stars and travel different dimensions, I guess. So I don't know. I just find her power set to be a little bit confusing, but maybe after I watch the movie, that'll help clear things up. But I gotta say, I do like the details that we're seeing right over here throughout on her jacket. I think that looks really cool. She's got a little necklace right over there. You can see stars throughout and little flames. I like this big old star right here on the back. That looks really cool. And then she's got her pride right over there. Dope. So I'm liking that. And then you can see the silver right there at the waist and everything, and the legs and wrinkles on the pants look really good. So yeah, I do like how this came out right here with the socks and all that. Nice looking shoes. So a lot of details on this figure that actually look really good. I just wish I knew a little bit more about the character, or liked the character a little bit more, because I don't really know much about her aside from her power set. But again, I want to learn more about the character. If you have reading recommendations, let me know in the comment section below. I'm down to take a good read. And then for America Chavez, we get the limited head articulation with the dumbbell joint. She cannot really look up. She does look down a little bit. You get side-to-side motion right there. Bit of head pivoting. Shoulders will move up and outward that far. Move all the way in. Rotate a full 360. Single jointed elbows that do not meet the 90-degree mark. Wish we had double jointed elbows there, or better articulation right there. It rotates at the elbow. All the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You have a very limited diaphragm joint that does turn side to side, and it does pivot, but it cannot crunch forward much at all or back. I wish we had a lot more movement moving forward and back. The hips move outward that far. She can kick forward that much. Doesn't move back. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. We get the X-Man 87 heel to the butt right there. Then the ankles do move down. They do move up, and she has beautiful ankle pivot. So I think Hasbro did a good job of capturing the likeness of Benedict Wong over here. I think they did a really good job with this head sculpt. And yeah, Benedict, we finally have a Wong figure. Oh man, I'm so happy to have it.
Hasbro, come on. It's time.
Yeah, man.
Where's the Wong figure?
Yes.
Boom.
I really do like this. The photo real tech looks awesome. You can see these nice textured wrinkles and everything throughout on the face, making it look very realistic. I like how the hair came out. You even have the calic right there on the back of the head. I'm also really impressed with how the whole figure looks. I really like the different textured patterns that we're seeing throughout on this. Nice wrinkles. This is all new stuff over here. And then the yellow does look extremely bright. I mean, I have to see the movie. I'm just not used to seeing such a bright, vibrant yellow on these pieces over here. Maybe gold or something, I don't know, but it looks cool seeing all these different colors throughout. I like the textured, sculpted detail right over here up top. And you have some nice gold. I guess the yellow is all part of the design because they have the gold right over here on this side, so it's intentionally not gold. And I'll go over the articulation on this figure in a second. It's just I just wish this whole skirt piece thing didn't hinder the articulation so much. But yeah, you can see he's got the baggy pants right over there. Nice looking shoes with laces and everything. And we get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Oh, and as far as his accessories go, you get the sword right over here, which looks great. Love the detail right over here. Looks really awesome with that silver paint as well. And then you get these two spell effects that we've seen before with the last Doctor Strange figure, but you know, slightly different flesh tone right there for Wong. Then you also get a hand for holding the sword right over here. I feel like I'm missing a hand that's supposed to come with this figure, but no. Oh, yeah, it's just these two hands right here, and then you get this hand right here, and then you get these two right there, and then the sword. The Wong figure's articulation can frustrate me. I do like that he can look up very far, though. That's awesome. And you can get his head moving downward. You can turn the head side to side, and you get great pivoting over here. So you don't just get a head joint with this figure, you also get the neck joint in there as well. So that is awesome. I do like that. And then you have the shoulders that move outward that far. You can move them downward, rotate a full 360, bicep swivel, good double jointed elbows with the pinless technology. All the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You get a waist joint that can move side to side, good waist pivoting, crunches forward very far and back. Is there a separate waist cut in here? No, there is not. And then this gets hindered up by the skirt. So you can see there's a molding seam creeping up this way, and it stops right there because we have a separate piece right here. I'm probably eventually going to cut along this seam on this side, then flip this up, then cut along the seam on this side right over here, because I'm just very frustrated that I can't get the legs to move outward that far, and I could get him kicking forward that much and back a little bit. There's an upper thigh cut in there. Single jointed knees that are tough to get to, but yeah, you can see that bends at the knee, rotates at the knee. The ankles do move down, they do move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. So you're just looking at the new Doctor Strange head sculpt, and I'm not really that happy with it. I mean, it's not horrible. I liked the other version just fine. I actually like the facial expression on this one more than this one right here. There's something going on with the mouth, like they captured a weird moment in a movie or something where he's just talking, and it's like, oh, he's saying like, I don't know. They just caught him at a weird moment, and I don't really like this particular head sculpt. I mean, nice wrinkles, details, paint apps look pretty good. I like the gray right there added to it, so Nice hair sculpt. And then we get a brand new body mold here and everything that I didn't really need, but one thing that just really trips me out with this figure is that the cape is not really attached to anything. It's like a separate piece. I've dropped this figure so many times just thinking I could grab it by the cape, but it just keeps falling off. Now the cape itself looks cool. I like the textured detail on the inside. Nice patterns and everything throughout, so that looks pretty neat. You could try to flip it inside out like that a little bit if you can get it to stick to the back of the figure. I tried doing this with the sticky tack, but it just didn't work out well for me. Maybe you might have better luck with that idea than I did. You can see we have the Eye of Agamotto sculpted into the figure, and I guess maybe because I just reviewed that hazmat Batman, I wish it could light up. You know, it looks like that could be a light up feature. No necklace holding it together. It's just on his chest. I don't know if it's like that in the film or not. I guess we'll see. I do like the attention to detail with the red trim. That looks pretty neat, and there's subtle variances between the blues right here, so that's pretty cool. Get the pinless joints again, nice wraps, and I do like these gesture hands right here. I'll go over all the interchangeable hands in a moment, but yeah, these do look pretty cool. Then you can see we get the sling ring right over there on the waist. And yeah, nice paint detail right over here. I mean, there are some cool things going on. We'll go over just nothing that's really flooring me over here. I wish we could get a cut along the side right over there. You know, that would have been pretty nice. And you can see the wrinkles right there sculpted on the legs. And then you get some nice wraps right there for the boots. And then you get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And then he does come with the same effects right over here that we saw with Wong. And then aside from these two hands, he comes with an extra ring sling gesture hand and a left fisted hand. And this new Doctor Strange figure. Okay, well, I'm just going to take the cape off right over here. Again, I don't like how this doesn't port into anything, but you can get the head to look up just a little bit right there, and you can get the head to look downward. You get the same thing like with Wong where you have the neck joint and the head joint, so you get good tilting over there as well. Of course, you can turn side to side. Shoulders will move outward that far, down all the way, rotate a full 360, but you have to display it outwards. You get a bicep swivel. Good double jointed elbows. All the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You get an ab crunch forward, and it looks a little bit weird. I kind of like seeing this kind of ab crunch instead of the multi-use waist joint, but yeah, crunches forward and back right there. And then you do get a waist cut underneath that joint, so that's a little interesting, very different. Then the hips move out. You get less movement right over here because there are no cuts on this waist piece. The last version we'd gotten, and you see it on the Astral Form version, they've cut this up a whole bunch so you can move the figure around. Wish they'd done the same thing with this one as well, so you can only get the legs moving outward that far, and this leg will move upward, but this leg will move upward too, but not as much. They'll move back a little bit. You get the upper thigh cut in there. You get the pinless joints, so you have the double jointed knees that do bend in. No boot rotation, but the ankles will move down. They will move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. And then lastly, we have the Build-A-Figure Rintrah, which we only see briefly in the trailer, and I'm very curious about the character in the movie, but holy crap, Hasbro did a great job with this. I really like this a lot. I love how we have some paint detail towards the front right over there, around the snout and everything. The eyes look really good. I really like these horns too. They're not perfectly even, and I did heat these up, and they turned out to be a little bit more even after heating them up, but you can see the paint detail right here. Looks pretty good, even though it's inconsistent, but I'm still happy having color variants right over here on the horns, so that's dope. I like how the hair is sculpted, and there's no paint detail on the body or anything, but I'm really liking all the sculpted lines and the wrinkles, and the fur looks really good. They even have some fur sculpt in the hinges right there on the arms. Slight color variation that's looking not intentional. You know, it's a different kind of plastic right there. And then the fists look really good. And then you get the tail right over there. Looks really nice. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the sculpt of this thing. Looks dope, man. I'm really happy with this. I like the hooves and everything. This is the first time getting, you know, like a hooved type figure like this from Hasbro, I think, right? But anyway, we get peg holes right there at the very bottom. And then as far as his accessories go, you can see we have the fisted hands right there. And then we have these wide open hands right over here, which look pretty good. And then we also get a lamp. So I guess, I don't know, he rubs the lamp. I don't really know. If you know, let me know in the comment section below. Then Rintrah's articulation is pretty sweet. You can move the head up and down. You get side-to-side motion and good head pivoting right there. So I do like the range of movement. Shoulders will move outward that much, down, and oh, they pop off. This actually first popped off on me when I was just trying to bend inward, so that's unfortunate. What about this side too? No, not so much, just only on this side right over here. No bicep swivel, single joint elbows that do meet about the 90-degree mark, and they rotate rotate at the elbow as well. All the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You get a waist cut that turns side to side. You get waist pivoting, and you'll crunch forward that much and back that much. Hips move outward. Well, you can see this hip side right here moves outward more so than this one because this plastic is getting in the way. This will kick forward and back, kick forward that much and back less so over there. You get the upper thigh cut, you get a single jointed knee, they rotate at the knee, then you get rotation right here at this heel joint. I wish we had a hinge right over there, that would have been helpful, but the ankle can turn down and move up and you get ankle pivot. Oh, and you also get tail rotation, almost forgot that. Yeah. Now before I measure out these figures, to rank all the figures from this wave, and it was kind of tricky to do, but I am sad to say at the very bottom of the list is the character that the movie is named after, and that is the new Doctor Strange. I am not happy with that new Doctor Strange figure. I like the No Way Home version more so than that one, and just a bummer. And then next, I'm giving it to the America Chavez, because holy crap, man, I can't get the figure to move around nearly as much as I'd like to. She's supposed to be able to do a lot of cool stuff, and with the limited elbow joints and ab crunch over there, that frustrates me. And then next, I'm giving it to the Astral Form Doctor Strange. I do like how it looks, and it's the body mold that I prefer. Just not an absolute necessity for the collection, but I do think it looks cool. Then next, I'm giving it to Despair. We're used to seeing that body mold. Not very much new going on over there, but I'm happy to have a new character for the collection. And then above Despair, I'm giving it to Mordo. This Mordo surprised me. Really happy with the Mordo figure. I would put him up higher on the list if it wasn't for the fact that I already have an MCU Mordo figure because I need the new characters in my comic collection, like Sleepwalker over here hits the number 3 spot. Yeah, not the body mold of choice, but I'm still happy to add Sleepwalker to my collection. Then at number 2, I'm giving it to the Wong figure. Really like that Wong figure a lot. I'm sure I'm going to like it more after I cut the skirt pieces on the side, and it could have been the number 1 figure if I didn't feel like I had to do that. So that's what frustrates me, but the number 1 figure from this wave is the Rintrah Build-A-Figure. I really like it a lot. I've had a lot of fun with it. I think it looks badass, and it's fun to pose. But anyway, measuring these all out, you can see Rintrah standing at the tallest around 7.5 inches, and then America Chavez is the shortest one, standing closer to 6 inches. So I'm not going to do size comparisons for all the figures here, but I wanted to compare Sleepwalker next to the Vintage Collection Spider-Man and the Pizza Spider-Man figures, and yeah, I mean, he's just not bulky enough, especially when you compare him to the Vintage Collection version, so if you wanted to pose this Sleepwalker with your Spider-Man, I recommend using the Pizza Spidey. And again, for your Astral Form Doctor Strange comparison, you can see the first version right at there, and then we have this new one right here, which looks so much cooler. Comparing the Mordos again, you can see the new Mordo versus the old Mordo. New Mordo looks way cooler. Then I had to compare this Wong figure next to the Gamerverse Abomination, which has been my MCU Abomination at this point, and yeah, I think these actually scale pretty well together. And for your MCU Doctor Strange comparison, you could see we have the Infinity War version, and then we have the No Way Home version, and here's our Multiverse of Madness version, which, yeah, is my least favorite out of these 3. I still like this one more so than that one right over there. I don't know, let me know. Out of these 3, which one's your favorite? This one's my favorite right here. Then here's a Rintrah Build-A-Figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, I'm a horny green guy. Hey, you're a horny green guy. We should be pals. Oh, my eye of Agamotto. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss out on my future videos. And a big thank you to all these people that support this content via the Patreon and membership. If you're in a position to do so and you want the links to the exclusive videos and perks, check it out, link in the description below. And this has been a fun wave, just not my favorite Marvel Legends wave. There's a lot of figures here that I'm not really that thrilled about. I'm happy to have new characters, so that there is that, you know, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the America Chavez figure, I'm stoked to have that. I obviously very happy to have the Wong figure. So the new character is cool. The 2 Doctor Strange figures I could have easily passed on, you know. The Sleepwalker figure, it bums me out some, but I'm still happy to have the new character, you know what I mean? So yeah, not my favorite Marvel Legends wave, but I want to say not the absolute worst, but I don't know. I want to give it like a C minus. You know what I mean? If I were to give it a grade like that. But anyway, to give it a Sud rating at the price point of a Build-A-Figure Wave, I'm gonna give this Rintrah Build-A-Figure Wave a Sud rating of.
It's not too bad.
And it's not that bad to me because at least the Build-A-Figure has a good payoff. And I don't know what Rintrah does in the movie, but I like the Rintrah figure. The Rintrah figure is very cool. I'm happy with the Wong figure, even though I will have to customize mine, so maybe, you know, on a custom showcase video, I can show you an update on that. But I'd like to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face,